What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Black Widow video. We will be discussing the news that came out yesterday about Black Widow and how it will change the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As always, if you're new to the channel, then please do consider subscribing with notifications on and hit thumbs up if you did enjoy the video, as it does help us out massively, and do consider watching to the end as it does help us out as well. Black Widow is not out until November, and that's even precarious itself, with timelines changing every 5 minutes. That date could change at any moment, and the slates for both DC and Marvel are very, very malleable at the moment. However, we have had an interesting interview with Kate Shortland, the director of Black Widow's first and long overdue solo big screen outing. In the interview, Shortland said that Kevin Feige realised that the audience would expect an origin story, so of course we went in the opposite direction, and we didn't know how great Florence Pugh would be. We knew she would be great, but we didn't know how great. Scarlett is so gracious, like, oh, I'm handing her the baton, so it's going to propel another female storyline. Now this is interesting, as for many of us who wanted this movie a lot earlier, it does seem to give Romanoff some sort of closure, and it's a shame she's only just getting her own movie and franchise posthumously. This could be the way they'll do things moving forward, considering we have 5 years post-Infinity War to explore, which is going to have a lot of rich history as well. I mean, we got Thor movies, we got 3 of them, but only 1 Black Widow movie? Heck, even DC is more progressive at this point. It also looks like the MCU is starting to move the mantle on for its heroes, considering that Captain America title has been given to Sam Wilson in a show which I am super pumped for. Well, I didn't really like the comics. I preferred the Winter Soldier comics there, personally. But again, that is just my actual preference. And, well, the Iron Man name will most likely probably be given to Riri Williams later down the line. However, the big thing here is that the MCU will be getting a new Black Widow, propelling a new female storyline in the form of Yelena Belova. I, for one, am happy about Florence taking over this role, as she is a fantastic actress, and she has been amazing in Midsommar and Little Women. Now, Yelena becoming the next Black Widow actually makes sense in the context of the story and in the comics. She was actually obsessed with becoming the next Black Widow, and even had better scores in the Red Room. She was trained in the Red Room just like Romanoff, and even exceeding her marks, like I said, and was just absolutely driven in becoming the next big thing. No, not Brock Lesnar, the Black Widow. She went head to head as Natasha was looking for the Deathless Frenzy bioweapon in her origin comic. The movie is set between Civil War and, of course, Infinity War. But the age difference is great, so it's unsure how much of the comics will be adapted, as Scarlett Johansson said this on the matter. There wasn't one specific comic or storyline that we actually wanted to adapt. Black Widow as a character has thousands of storylines over the years, so it wasn't obvious what we were going to do. It had to feel like it was a continuation of something we'd already started, and that we were scratching away at it. When we meet Scarlett's character Natasha, Yelena is kind of rediscovering who she is after being in the Red Room for so long. So together, they realise that they both suffering in very similar ways. There is a lovely and unique friendship between the two of them, because they are ultimately long-lost sisters. To me, this seems like they're merging all of Black Widow's storylines from the comics, including 1, her many origin stories, and 2, the stories of Yelena, and it does seem like they're going to do things differently. While in the comic Yelena was chasing Black Widow's mantle, it looks like they sort of knew each other before, so considering Florence is 24, Scarlett is 35, there could have been some sort of Red Room overlap there, as if they're too young to have fought in the Cold War. So here, I think they're going to go a different way, and just like the origin comic, where we actually had Yelena introduced to take on the girl herself, Natasha Romanoff, well, I think they're going to change things up and kind of introduce these as more a thematic way. And the theme here is going to be rediscovering her past and seeing a sort of younger version of herself and trying to stop her and change her from going on that path. So I'm going to presume, like I said, they work together, but still in the Red Room, and she comes back out of nowhere into Natasha's life, as Natasha is also freelance post-Sokovia Accords. The question is, will the new Black Widow be a good person or a bad person? Well, the villain in the movie does seem to be Taskmaster, who can copy anyone's moves, and is mainly, or in the comics, has mainly trained supervillains in the past. It's heavily rumoured that Yelena is to die in the movie, but considering the MCU like to make Origins a bit more up to date, I expect Taskmaster to be a version of the Super Adaptoid, as in the comics he was given the Cosmic Cube, and if he is working to take out Natasha, and this is a blast from the past, well, I would expect he to be a version of possibly the failed Super Soldier Serum, or possibly as well the Weapon X program, considering in the Origin comic, the updated Origin version of Black Widow, she worked with Bucky and also Weapon X himself, Logan, back in the day. So that could be a way that they'd introduce Wolverine there, have him in the past, and have him work on the Weapon X program and the subsequent versions of that, which of course was Bucky Barnes, which was a version of that. But of course, AIM are also heavily rumoured to be the new faction in this. So post everything, it could be an idea that we are actually going to get AIM, and Yelena will be used as that, and she will be turned into the Super Adaptoid, just like she was in the comics. So it's setting a precedent there. Like I said, Yelena did become the Super Adaptoid in the comics. So what if she's actually thought to be dead by Natasha, who wears her vest as a tribute, but she's actually being worked on by AIM to create a second Taskmaster? All theory for now, but regardless, we're going to be getting a new female storyline, and possibly there, a new Black Widow. However, that's it for this video. So please do drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe down below with notifications. Check out our Discord as well, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.